Yo, what's up, guys? Just want to say a big thank you for purchasing the VPN and geofence. Remember, you get it for life, less than $50. So yeah, with regards to setting up for Game Pass, obviously it's a little bit more complicated than using Battle.net or Steam. There's a guide in the FAQ channel on Discord, set it up for Steam and Battle.net, but you're gonna have to do something a little bit extra if you want to use Game Pass, because Microsoft encrypts the exe that we need to use, and we're not able to actually click on and select the exe. We have to basically edit a config file. So I'm going to show you from start. Basically, here's the download. Once you get it, it might be in your download folders. I've got it on the desktop for demonstration purposes. So we're going to open up the zip here, and we're going to see you can use WinZip or WinRAR. You can see here, setup, get started MSI. So you want to double click on that. That'll open the MSI installer, as you can see here. Just keep clicking next. Don't tick anything, just leave it all default. And then that'll install, and you'll see over on the desktop there is the icon. Okay, so we click close, get out of that window, and then what you want to do is start up. You're going to install the new tap driver. Again, just keep clicking next. Don't worry about any of the ticking any of the other stuff, just leave it all default. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to click save password. We haven't logged in yet. If you have logged in previously, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you click save password, and then close the application. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go and edit the game config file, sorry, for the VPN, and we're going to put in the game path, the path to our cod.exe from our Xbox installation. So if we first of all we want to find out, okay, where is the Xbox installation, Xbox games installation? It's usually on your C drive unless you've installed it to another location or something like that. Okay, so for example, if we click on File Explorer, or any folder you can use, and then we would go down to the C drive, which is where I have my one installed. You see there, Xbox games. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to go to Call of Duty, the game, and then content. This is where our cod.exe will be for Black Ops 6. As you can see there, cod.exe. Now on your system, it may not say cod.exe, it may just say cod. Don't worry about that. What's important is you right click, you click properties, and let's have a look here. Sorry, yeah, you right click and you click copy as path there. Okay, your menu might look slightly different than mine, but somewhere in the options it will say copy as path. So you click that, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to open the SBMMOFF config file, which tells the software where this exe is located, so that the geofence knows where it is and then can use that exe to create the geofence in your Windows firewall. And your Windows firewall must be on, by the way. Okay, it must not be controlled by a third-party antivirus like McAfee or Norton's, because they stop it from working basically. And even if you even have them installed and you say, hey, don't manage my firewall, Norton's and McAfee just ignore you, flat out ignore you, and they still do it anyway. So I would advise uninstalling them if you actually want the geofence to work properly. You can use another antivirus like Malware Antibytes, or the Windows Defender one is just fine. You don't really need Norton's or McAfee anyway. But in any case, so you, as I said, you copy the copy as path like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go and open the config file. Okay, and I'm going to show you now. Let's have a look here. So the config file will usually be on your C drive or your F drive, whatever is your main drive. Then you go to users, and then you're going to click on your username. Okay, mine's admin, yours might be something else. So we click on that, and then there should be an app data folder in here, right? But I can't actually see it, and probably you won't be able to see it either. So in order to be able to view the app data folder, we go to view and we go to show, and then you click hidden items right there like that, and then boom, as you see, it's shown some hidden folders on our computer. So we go to app data, then we go to the local folder, and inside the local folder we're looking for a folder called SBMMOFF Limited. which is right there under S. And then there'll be a folder in here. We click in there. There'll be another folder there. And then you'll see the user config. So now what we do is we open that with WordPad or Notepad, you know, whatever you text editor you like. And then as you can see over here, there's a load of settings here, right? You see them? So it's here what we want to pay attention to. Now don't worry about it saying Warzone. It will work for BO6. That's just a name. So what we want to do is, you see here you've got the value there, right? So what we want to do is just quickly edit that value there right under Warzone, and we want to delete the slash and the space, like so. And then we're going to paste. We're going to right click on our mouse, okay, and we're going to click paste, and that's going to paste the path of the exe that we previously copied, if you remember. So we click paste like that. Now as you'll see, there are some apostrophes or little comment marks here, you see, one on each side of the path. We actually want to delete those like that. And then finally we just want to add a closing value bracket here right on the end of cod.exe, like so. There we go. And that's basically it. That's all you need to do. Now you're going to click file and you're going to click save. Okay, and you've saved it, and now that config file is actually saved. Okay, so if we go back and look at it, we'll see that it has our path to our cod exe there. Okay, now as long as you copy your correct path, okay, and put it in those value brackets under Warzone there, set name Warzone, so your config looks like that, at least has that setting in it, right? Don't worry about all of the rest of the stuff. It's this group of settings here that is the key point. So as long as it looks like that, has your correct drive and your path, you know, you know where you installed your Xbox games folder and your Call of Duty game, right? But that's the key important part, and that's it really. It's very simple. So you save it, and then when you start the application up in future, never ever click on the button on the front of the GUI where it says select exe for the geofence. Never ever click it. We don't need to, because you've already told the program that, hey, this is where the exe is. So don't ever click the button on the geofence tab that says select game exe. There is absolutely no need. Okay, and now, as providing you've done everything here, as I said, you'll just start your login. You'll start up the VPN, and you'll go to the geofence tab, and then you'll be able to select a country, and you should be playing 100% of your games and your lobbies in that country or in that region. Okay, and by doing that, what you can do is when you have a hard time with the VPN on its own, you can actually shop around different regions, and you'll be able to see variances in the players that are online, the servers that are online, and inevitably the skill-based matchmaking and how strong it is in different areas and regions. All right. Personally, I would never suggest to geofence Europe in peak hours because it's not going to work out well. Europe's very sweaty. If you are in Europe, it's a good idea to try, you know, a further away location, and don't assume that just geofencing your own location or your own country is going to give you the best results. You may find going a little bit further away and getting a higher ping, sacrificing some of that ping, actually gets you better lobbies. All right, and the reason I mention that is I've seen so many people geofence in their own region, and you know, not actually diving in and trying some different regions, and that is how you're going to be able to, you know, use the program, you know, as best as possible. All right, and find better lobbies by shopping around, testing out what countries are better at which times. All right, so in terms of the geofence for Xbox Game Pass, that's it. All right, now if you wanted to play let's say Warzone, okay, because this is for BO6, the cod.exe. If you actually wanted to play play Warzone, then you would see here in your Call of Duty folder content, you would see like a cod 23 there, cod 23 folder there, and inside that folder you would see a cod. I don't have it installed there on Xbox Game, but you would see a cod 23 cod.exe. okay, and then you would just simply change the path to the cod23-cod.exe. That would enable you to play Warzone and also MW3. So the cod.exe is for Black Ops 6, just to be clear, all right? But again, as long as you save this like that with the correct path and the correct closing and opening value brackets, then next time when you start the VPN, the geofence will work for you and you'll have no issues, all right? If you have any questions, then feel free to ask on Discord. You can pause this video at any moment. You can replay it. In fact, if you get any errors, replay it a few times. You know, don't act like a dunce cap. It's very, very simple. I think I've explained it quite simply and shown you all the steps. So other than clicking on the geofence itself, which obviously you don't need me to show you clicking on a country, do you? You can do it yourselves. All right. So anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Thanks for buying the product. It's not me that makes you, wants you to do this. This is because Xbox games encrypt the cod.exe and the exes, and this is the only way currently to do it. I'll try and make an update in the future to the VPN client and see if we can find a way around this. However, for now, this is the workaround, okay? So, like I said, if you have any question, guys, just ask on the Discord. Me or one of the other mods will help you out. Have a good one, guys.